So, good evening, sir.
Yeah, God bless you.
Can we meet you, sir, by way of introduction?
This is Pastor Azeme Azena. I'm a pastor in Omega Fire Ministry, and I pastor OFM Plot 2 to 4 Wayek Road, Aduwawa, Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria. I am the regional pastor. I'm from Edo North, born and brought up in Okbela. I'm from Okpekpe, all in Esako East Local Government area. And by the grace of God, I'm married to my dear, beautiful, and precious wife, Pastor Mrs. Precious Azeme Azena. We are blessed with 4 kids, and by God's grace, I'm also a businessman.
Thank you, sir. Your motivation about your aspiration.
A lot of questions have been coming, asking me what is motivating me, or what has motivated me into politics. You will agree with me that every human being is a political animal. There is nowhere there is no politics, even with the cycle of the smallest family, the nuclear family, the community, even your job that you are doing, there's politics there. But every man that you see moving, there is this motivation that inspires you to go into any position you want to go to. As for me, at this point, the problem of the people is one of those things that are motivating me. When I look around, especially when I travel around, been to several countries, I've been to measure them, coming back to my own country, to my own state, and I discover that a lot are left behind. When you look at the road infrastructures, when you look at water, you look at power, you look at security, you just know that if we all keep quiet, like the biblical scripture will say, David said, is there not a cause? Because when they asked David, why are you motivated against Goliath? He said there is a reason. So when I look at the tears on people, when I look at the dilapidated hospital structures, when I look at the migration of our doctors, young men leaving the country, and I felt that if we don't do something about it, one day this country called Nigeria, this state called Edo State, we will not find it any longer. So when I look at the system, when I look at the oppression, when I look at the hunger, when I look at the expensive nature of education, and when I look at the little budgeted for education, when I look at several sectors of economy, and I discover something is telling me that I can do something about it. We have kept quiet for too long, and quietness can never solve a problem for us. We have prayed for too long. It is time to act, because prayer without works, or faith without work, is dead. We have been praying, we have been acting, we have been confessing faith. Now I want to act the faith. This is what is motivating me to come out now, to present myself as the arrowhead that will be used to restructure Edo State and beyond Edo State.
Thank you, sir. There is no gainsaying the fact that you are presumably the most popular pastor in Edo State, and that goes to, show that you've made it and you are very comfortable. Why do you want to go into the murky waters of politics?
You see, one thing I've learned in life, I am not self-centered. Self-centeredness, the way I define it, is someone who felt or who is feeling that I've gotten it all. Others did not consign me. You see, no matter how you are secured with your police officers attached to you, no matter how your house is heavily fenced, no matter how you are heavily fed, well-fed, sumptuously fed. No matter how your children are well trained, when one person child that was abandoned in the streets come across you, it can frustrate all these things that you thought you have gotten so far. I am, as a person, God has helped me doing well. But there are thousands and millions of persons in the streets that are not doing well. This is my concern. Like I said the other day, towards immediate interview, I said, if I am to leave Edo State, I live in another country. God has given me the capacity. I can leave any part of this country that I want to leave. But the problem is this that I have. What about those who cannot live like that? What about those who cannot take their keys like that? What about those who cannot, move the entire family and live like that? Whom are we leaving them for? So my concern is not myself. My concern is the people who cannot fight for themselves, who cannot fend for themselves, who cannot take care of themselves, who cannot pay bills for themselves, who cannot pay for educational fee for themselves. This is my concern. And I will say this, to show how passionate I am for Edo State. I have lived all my life in Edo State. My family are all in Edo State. My business are all in Edo State. You know why? If I take my business out of Edo State and put it in Dubai, it will provide job for the Arabs. If I take it to the UK, the US, I build a mansion there, I build an industry there, a factory there, it will always add to the government of the UK and the US and provide job for the people in the UK and the US. But when I put them in Edo State, I have indirectly and directly solved unemployment problem and also boost the tax. The internal generated revenue of that state and of that country. I so much believe in Edo State. That is the reason why everything about me is in Edo State. And that is why I also want you to have the same view with me. Those who have come clamoring, clapping, agitating, asking us to vote for them, bring them to power. Ask them where are their businesses. Ask them where are their family members. Some are in Lagos, some are in Abuja, some are in the US. They only come when there is occasion in Edo, where they have ceremonies such as burial, such as weddings, and after that they take off. How you are in darkness, how you are being armed robbers, how you are being facing the potholes on the road, it doesn't concern them. Their children don't know what it means to attend any local school. So, but I can tell you, my own is not because of my selfish interest, it's because of the people. I can tell you now that my children, everyone connected to me, are in Edo State. And I can tell you categorically, you can go and verify, that I have used my businesses to employ citizens and Edolites, and that has reduced unemployment. And that is what I'm clamoring for, not for myself.
Thank you, sir. So in essence, you are driven by love, which you have been exhibiting all these years as a pastor, towards God and towards man. And sir, have you chosen a political party that you want to vie for? And if you have chosen anyone, how do you ensure that you get the ticket? Do you have the political sagacity?
Okay, by God's grace, I'm a man of love, and that is why the God I'm serving, the scripture call him is love. If you say you love God, if you say you know God, you must be a person of love. And if you go by if you check my history, you will discover that I am not doing whatsoever I'm doing now because of political reason. I just want to clear that.
Okay.
10 years back, 30 years back, you will see some people who will say, you touch me, you pay my school fees. Maybe you were there yesterday when someone came aboard and said 7 years ago when the house got burned, I watched it via on the media, and I came there, renovated the house, handed over to them without knowing them, not for political reasons. So that aside, now concerning political party, I am a member of the Labour Party. I'm a member of the Labour Party, and it happened to be my first political party. And by God's grace, I believe that the needful will be done. I believe that the Labour Party, if we are to go by the constitution of the party, we will not have a problem. I will get the ticket. But if we are to go by ethnicity, this is where the problem will come. But we have to go by money-backed politics. I may not have money to give anybody. I will not lobby, and I will not buy anybody, because one of the major problems to power that make Nigeria leadership, or political leadership, so corrupt and polluted is their parents called political party. A witch may likely give birth to a witch. If the political parties are corrupt, definitely they will produce a leader that is corrupt. If you maneuver your way, you promise heaven and earth, buy them. When you get there, you want to get the money that you used to buy them back, because it's more or less going to be like business. I will not buy, but I believe strongly that the leadership of Labour Party will do the needful, will do the right thing, that nobody will come and oppress anybody because of ethnicity, because of religiosity, because of money-backed politics. I believe strongly the people are on my side. Whenever I do a test run, moving around the streets, moving around the society, going to some places, I can see the momentum that people are saying, we are for you. And with what I am assessing and God on my side, I know God is going to give me the ticket.
Thank you, sir. This journalist witnessed your celebration of the celebration of your birthday some 5-6 years ago, where we were giving out houses and plot of land to your pastors and some others in the church, in your church that you pastor. Sir, were you doing that because you will vie for a position later in life?
Not at all. Most of them were not even members of my church. By God's grace, about 9 years ago, I started a transformer for a community. This dream of politics is something that came up recent. Okay. But if you go by my nature, you will see that this man has been on this platform for long. This character has been part of his life. I built a house for a widow, completed it, and there are many widows. If I check my list, I don't think I have, since over 10 years, I don't think I have less than 70 widows I paid every month. An individual received not less than, the minimum among them is 25,000. And I will pay them until they die. When they are dying, we are adding others. We are adding others. It has been like that in the past 10 years. Not for political reason. And there are people who are under my scholarship. Go to AU, I have them there. I have them in Auchi Polytechnic. Some are in Unibe, some are in secondary school, some are in primary school. So that has been, and it's just my nature.
And the court renunciation.
The court renunciation. If you watch where a lot of people have been taken off their hand from criminal activities, some will renounce for courtesan, some will renounce for kidnapping, some will renounce for armed robbery. These persons, they come around me, I rehabilitate them, put them back to the society. Some I put them to learn work. After learning work, I will buy instrument for them, buy machine for them. Some have learned tailoring, some have learned welding work, some have learned, just measure them. And I will set them up, and most of them are in this society today. They are no longer armed robbers, they are no longer kidnappers, they are no longer into courtesan, but today they are now useful to the society. So this is what Pastor Azeme is all about. And what I am looking at for, I'm looking for a bigger platform to do it. So somebody may say, but continue doing it now. But I'm feeling that if I can do this based on my little strength, individual strength, not with partnership with any government or agencies or organization, if I am given a large platform, I am going to do better. The security of Edo State is not a problem, because I'm already into it. You don't use gun to fight security. You use employment to fight security. An idle man, they say, is a devil's workshop. Gun buying is a secondary. The primary aspect to fight insecurity is to make sure everybody is working and everybody can eat. You cannot tell a child that I'm not eating at home that you should not do longer throat outside. Exactly. So anyone that is hungry will definitely be thinking of what to do to solve that problem. So when you can solve the people's problem, I pick a certain ideology from a certain part of Germany called Oberhausen. I studied Oberhausen. There was a time a crime was in a certain part of it, and the government actually came together to assess and did investigation, and they discovered most of the youths in that area were jobless. One of the ways they actually solved the problem is that they took a loan and established a very big company, employed the youth there, and that is how they cracked down the crime that was there. So Nigeria here will just come and carry gun, give to police. Are they not human? Will they be sleep? Even the police, are they not hungry? Are they not having a family problem? Is the crime not also emanating from that place? So I know how to solve the insecurity problem in Nigeria. I know how to solve everything because I have been solving it in my little capacity.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Sir, one can, definitely say that Labour Party has an asset. Somebody that can easily win the governorship for them. Looking at the personality involved in the person of Azeme Azena. But if you look at the last two elections in this state, Labour Party was not able to defend their votes. So how do you tackle that?
Thank you very much. Before I go into that question, I would like to say the Labour Party should first and foremost identify a product they can market. I just want to use the opportunity to throw light because you mentioned similar thing.
Yes.
They should get a product they can market. Most times people vote for person now, not a political party. That is the era that we are now. Yes. And the Labour Party should look around someone that the people can accept. First and foremost, that person must be a youth. And secondly, it must be somebody that is closer to the people. Thirdly, it must be somebody who don't have any records that will distress such a person in the political market. Yes. So, and now let me come back to your question. You see, Labour Party was giving birth to, in quotes, though it has been a party for long, but with obedient movement, it became a new bride.
Yes.
So because it became a new bride, there was no preparation for the past February election. But from that time till now, I can assure you that Labour Party is more solid than as it were in the February.
Okay.
And above that, above this, you will discover also that in the February election, presidential election, the Labour Party won here. They won here for the presidency. Yes, despite the lapses. But let me tell you why Edo State is going to be very, very unique. All powers, all focus are going to be in Edo State because it's going to be the only election that will be taking place at that time.
Okay.
So it's not like the general election that the strength of Labour Party was scattered in the 36 states. Exactly. But now, Labour Party can gather, put all their strength in the state come that very day. So it's not like say some people are in Lagos, some people are in Kaduna. So there's every possibility that all eyes are here, all strengths are here, all energy are here, all finances are poured here. So I am too sure that Labour Party this time they will get it right because it's getting stronger every day.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now, sir, let me bring this one in towards the end of this interview. Can I address you as Pastor Dr. Barrister Azeme Azena?
Okay, you can call me pastor because I am an ordained pastor. Right. And you can also call me doctor because I earned my PhD. It's not, I have 2 PhD. There's one confined on me, the one that was awarded, and there is one I earned by myself. Right. So, and also, any moment from now, if I am called to bar, because I am still going to be called to bar in the next 2 years, then you cannot call me barrister. So by God's grace, I'm a lover of education. And that is why if Edo State can give me a trial, I know what it means to revive a school, because I run school presently. And anyone that comes to my school will know that I have a taste and I know what it is to run school. A school of 2 years, we don't have less than 600 pupils in that school. You should know that what it is to grow school is not that, because of the standard we are offering to the people. So if an individual can do that, then give me a room. Let me come into this education sector. Is it farming? I'm into farming. And I will tell you what it takes to turn the economy of Edo State around. So measure it. I am not a novice. The only thing people say, they said, let him focus on not preaching. He's not a politician. I have been a politician. It's just that when you go back to my history, politics is not all about you must be a councillor, you must be. For me to be a general patrol officer in bike riders, for me to be the vice chairman Edo State of Bike Rider 1999 and 2000 during escrow blocking Benedio, that was election. We contested in 6 local government and I won. I campaigned around. And you say I'm not a politician. I was in school. I was the departmental president. I contested and everybody stepped down because they were in the hot seat. Right. And I became unopposed. Exactly. There's what they call it barakbo. In my tribe, I contested and I won. And you are saying I'm not a politician because you saw me preaching and you saw me carrying microphone. I am a born politician. It's just because of the ministry that has made me to slow down for now. Yes. But who was a soldier is always a soldier. Thank you very much. I will say this to my viewers.
Yes.
Please, it is time for us to rescue Edo State. Put down or put aside your religion, put aside your ethnicity, put aside your sentiment. Let's critically examine the problem of Edo State. Let us not import leaders who don't feel what we are feeling, who don't know what we are going through. Yes. Most of them don't live here. And that is why they can never solve the problem from this place. Exactly. They solve it with the eye of Lagos. They solve it with the mind of Abuja. They solve it with the mind of the US. If actually they know what they are doing, let them come and stay in Edo State for 2 years with their family. Yeah. Just look into what I am saying now. Yeah. The problem that you don't know, you cannot solve. The problem you cannot assess or you have never been part of it, yes, you cannot solve. So I am being part of this problem. I knew what it takes, or I experience it daily, if not weekly. Anytime I travel here to Auchi, I understand the rules. I know what it means to go to sleep in your house and they will come and jump through your fence to rob you. I know what it means to be driven for school fees. So please take this message, sit down and look into it. Pastor Azeme is available. Access me anytime and I'm there for you. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.